We do all sorts of things in our daily lives that make us feel good or bad, and when we get sick, we suffer. But have you ever wondered how these things happen to us? Or which part of our body controls our memories and emotions? Yes, you thought right. It's the brain. Everyone from philosophers to scientists has said that humans are the best animals because of the specialty of the brain. The brain is an amazing 3-pound organ that controls all the functions of the body. Intelligence, creativity, emotion, and memory are just a few of the many things controlled by the brain. Explains information from the outside world and embodies the essence of mind and soul. Protected within the skull, the brain is made up of the cerebrum, cerebellum, and brainstem. The brain receives information through our 5 senses: sight, smell, touch, taste, and hearing, often many at a time. It aggregates messages in a way that makes sense to us and can store that information in our memory. The brain controls our thinking, memory, and speech, the movement of our limbs, and the functioning of many parts of our body. The central nervous system, CNS, is called, and it consists of the spinal cord. The peripheral nervous system, PNS, is made up of spinal nerves that exit the spinal cord and cranial nerves that exit the brain. Our brain also completes the complex process of retaining memory, consisting of 3 steps: determining, storing, and remembering important information. To move an event from short-term to long-term memory, your brain needs to concentrate and practice, which is called encoding. Short-term memory, also called working memory, occurs in the prefrontal cortex. It stores data for about a minute, and its capacity is limited to about 7 items. For example, it enables you to dial a phone number that someone just told you, interferes with reading it, memorizing the sentence you read, so that the next one makes sense. Long-term memory is processed in the hippocampus of the temporal lobe and is activated when you want to remember something for a long time. This memory has unlimited content and duration capabilities. It contains personal memories as well as information and statistics. Efficiency is processed in the memory cerebellum, which relays information to the basal ganglia. It is an automatic learning memory, such as tying shoes, playing instruments, or riding a bike. Your brain has billions upon billions of nerve cells that coordinate thoughts, emotions, behaviors, movements, and sensations. A complex highway system of nerves connects your brain to the rest of your body, so communication can occur in split seconds. When all the parts of your brain work together, each part is responsible for a specific function controlling everything from your heart rate to your mood. The cerebrum is the largest part of your brain. This is probably what you imagine when you think of the brain in general. The outer layer of the cerebrum is the cerebral cortex, the gray matter of the brain. It is divided into 2 halves by a deep fissure. The hemispheres communicate with each other through the thick tracts of nerves. In fact, messages from one side of the body and from the other are usually directed to the opposite side of the brain. The hemispheres of your brain are divided into 4 lobes. The frontal lobe controls thinking, planning, organizing, problem solving, short-term memory, and movement. The parietal lobes interpret sensitive information, such as taste, temperature, and touch. The occipital lobes process the image from your eyes and link that information to the image stored in memory. The temporal lobes process information from your sense of smell, taste, and sound. They also play a role in memory storage. The next placenta is the cerebellum, a wrinkled ball of tissue beneath and behind the rest of your brain. It works to gather sensitive information from the eyes, ears, and muscles to help coordinate movement. The brain connects the brain to the spinal cord. It controls many functions vital for life, such as heart rate, blood pressure, and respiration. This place is also important for sleeping. The deep structure of the brain controls emotions and memory, known as the limbic system. This structure comes in pairs. Each part of this system is copied to the opposite half of the brain. The thalamus acts as a gateway for messages transmitted between the spinal cord and the cerebral hemisphere. The hypothalamus controls emotions. It also controls your body temperature and controls important stimuli, such as eating or sleeping. The hippocampus sends memories to be stored in the appropriate section of the cerebrum and then recalls them if necessary. Brain fitness has basic principles, variety, and curiosity. When anything you do becomes second nature, you need to make a change. If you can do the crossword puzzle in your sleep, it's time for you to move on to a new challenge in order to get the best workout for your brain. Curiosity about the world around you, how it works, and how you can understand it will keep your brain working fast and efficiently. Changes to your body and brain are normal as you age. However, there are some things you can do to help slow any decline in memory and lower your risk of developing Alzheimer's disease or other dementias. Let's talk about it. First, let's talk about exercise. Exercise has many known benefits, and it seems that regular physical activity benefits the brain. Multiple research studies show that those who are physically active are less likely to have reduced mental functioning and have a low risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. Aim to exercise several times per week for 30 to 60 minutes. You can walk, swim, play tennis, or do any other moderate aerobic activity that boosts your heart rate. Sleep is another important factor in the health of the brain. Sleep helps to clear abnormal proteins in your brain and integrates memory, which enhances your overall memory and brain health. It is important that you try to get 7 to 8 hours of continuous sleep each night, not 2 or 3 hours of sleep deprivation. Continuous sleep gives your brain time to effectively consolidate and store your memory. Did you know that your diet plays a big role in the health of your brain? Emphasis should be placed on plant-based foods, whole grains, fish, and healthy fats such as olive oil. It includes much less red meat and salt than a typical American diet. Also, the omega fatty acids found in extra virgin olive oil and other healthy fats are vital for your cells to function properly, reducing your risk of coronary artery disease, increasing mental focus, and slowing cognitive decline in older adults. Your brain is like a muscle. You have to use it or you will lose it. There are many things you can do to keep your brain in shape, such as doing crossword puzzles or Sudoku, reading, playing cards, or putting together a jigsaw puzzle. Consider this cross-training of your brain. Don't watch too much television, as it is a passive activity and rarely does anything to stimulate your brain. Social interactions help avoid depression and stress, both of which can contribute to memory loss. Look for opportunities to connect with loved ones, friends, and others, especially if you are alone. In a word, the brain sustains our existence. So it is very important to take care of the brain. Like other parts of the body, the brain needs some time to rest. Reading books, meditation can be a good way to relax the brain. In addition, exercise plays an important role in the proper circulation of blood to the brain. How do you keep your brain healthy? Let us know in the comment section below. So guys, keep your brain healthy and stay with health conscious.